This is probably gonna be the worst tutorial ever, and I really apologize. Hello and welcome to my channel, Haylee Marie Vintage. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a DIY brooch holder. This one is using a picture frame and then just some fabric and some quilting batting and things like that. First thing you'll want to do is gather your supplies. Here I have some tape, pins, spool thread needles, and then my thread scissors and my fabric scissors. And then this is a frame that I thrifted from a thrift store. And then this is my fabric, and then in here I have my box of brooches. I don't have that many brooches, and I probably don't need that many brooches. I don't really wear them, and I think it's because they're in a box and they're not displayed. So this is me hopefully making a display to fix that. And then the last thing you'll need is some quilting batting. Mine is polyester, and it's like fine. I will mainly use it for things like oven mitts, so I don't have like the nicest batting. But first, you'll start by, well, you'll take the glass out of the frame. I somehow stepped on my frame and broke the glass, so that is not a problem that I have. So my frame is one of those that you have to like unbend every little thing. So I've done that, and you'll want your backing here. And then the next thing you'll want to do is you'll want to cut your polyester fill to be the size of your backing. We'll see how this goes. I have a really big amount. So I'm gonna plan to double up. I have not done this before, so it might honestly be a big fail. But it's that I'm going to definitely need to double up, and I'll get my first one cut, and then I'll cut the rest after I cut my first one when I have like a good size that I like. And this one the first one I'll have wrap over the edge. I think I'll make some smaller layers to go under it because one won't be enough to like put a pin into. But I wanted this one to be enough to wrap around because I will need to have at least one of them be able to wrap around the frame. Like so, kind of. I think I'm gonna cut a better one for that. I will still use that one, but I think I need to cut a better one. Oh my goodness. I never roll mine back up properly, so it's always a mess to get out again. Okay, we'll put the little layer under it. Okay, yeah, this should be enough. So right now I'm gonna say 2 layers because since I'm using a thicker fabric as well, that should work just fine. I'm probably gonna be lazy and skip on ironing, but if you want it to look nicer than mine, don't do that. Take the time to iron it. And I'm actually going to take the batting off so I can get a better measurement. And then I'm going to give about 1 inch around. I'm just guesstimating. If you want to measure it, do it. I'm not, unless I have to measure for something like actually sewing garments, I measure, but for something like this, I'm too lazy for that. Okay, and then I will cut it along where I pinned it. I did not grab chalk. I may be ill-prepared, but that's fine. Sometimes that's just the way it is. So, I'm gonna cut this. So now you have your piece of wool and your layers, so I'm gonna take my batting, put it over there, and then I'll take my piece of wool and put it over it. And then I'll put, maybe I'll do it the other way where I put my wool down first and then put everything else on top of it. And then I'm gonna start by doing the corners, I guess, and pinning them. I don't know, I don't have a super good game plan here. Okay, I'm putting the corner in and then I'm folding it, I don't know, the way you would maybe a quilt. Or like the sheet you put under your bed, a square fold, triangle fold, I don't know. Slowly getting there. I'm just proving concept here. I'm not sewing it or whatever. Okay. So, in theory, I stick it in the frame and it fits, maybe. Yes. Maybe. No, this isn't working. Okay. Nope, we got one corner in. Okay, it's in, it's in. Okay, how does that look? Can I stick pins in it? Oh, for sure. I might need it to be a little tighter, but so far this is how it's shaping up. I'm not mad. It's not great, but I'm not mad. Okay. So I think from here I'm gonna do a better pinning job. Real quick, maybe get those corners a little bit tighter and feeling a little bit better. And really make sure that I'm pulling the fabric tight. Oh my goodness. We're tackling, this is the 4-pin corner. This is my problem corner. Okay, it looks like I have this pretty solidly pinned in the back. Like I said, it's not beautiful. For me, it probably won't be beautiful, and I kind of won't care. I don't know. If it's on the back, I don't care. The front looks nice, and that's all I care about. So, I'm gonna get... Where did I put my thread? Hold up, my friends. Oh, it's back here. Here it is. On this one, I think, well, I'm gonna whip stitch it. I think I'm gonna use double thread. I'll double it up and tie like the one big knot in the back. Haven't done that in a while. But I think it'll be good and work well for this because I think I don't care about hiding the thread, hence why I chose bright blue thread. I also figured I could kind of show you guys what the stitching looks like after. But I'm just whip stitching and pulling really, really tight. And I'm making big stitches because, like I said, I don't care about how this looks on the back. And then I'm just going to knot it. This is literally going to be the ugliest thing ever on the back, but I don't intend on hanging this. This is just going to, like, stand up somewhere. So, I don't really care how it looks on the back, and I don't need it to be flat enough to go against the wall. You would need to cut out your corners if you want to do that. The other thing that I realized, and I just don't have one, is you could also probably staple gun this. I don't think the staple would make it through all of the layers, so I think that would work. But we've got 1/4 down, so we just have 4 more to go. Okay, just tying my last knot here, and then I think we're already done, which is crazy. I did not think that this would take me this amount of time. So the next thing I'm going to do is put all the little thingies around it down, I guess, to make sure it stays. Okay, I have all those down now. So now it should not be able to pop out on me. This is what this looks like so far. I'm gonna now, I guess, stick my brooches in it. Okay, I'm liking it so far because I have enough give that I can push the brooches into it and get it to come back up so I can, like, fully clip it on. And then it, I don't know, for me it just sits a little nicer. Well, that is it. I got them all stuck in here, so this is what that looks like. I'm really excited about how this turned out. If I could do it again, I might choose a little bit firmer of a fabric. This is definitely a great fabric choice because it's a loose enough weave that it won't matter how many times you stick pins in it, but that actually made it kind of hard to stick the pins in it because it would catch like the little decorative bits, like the little rhinestones and stuff around here. But it'll display really cute. I'll sit on my dresser just like this. And I don't ever probably need enough brooches to have more than just what fits on this. So this is like a good limiting size for me. If I get expanded beyond this, then I probably need to get rid of a few brooches. But I'm excited. Got my little spider one, my little ladybug. And yeah, it turned out great. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm hoping to do a few more sewing videos than I have been, but it does take time to sew, so we'll see when those come. But thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye. Probably gonna make you all nervous with the way I'm cutting this. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. I hate this stuff because I can't just redo this. Now I will time lapse, I'm sure, because this would be real boring to watch live. I put it in upside down. I haven't ever used this needle wheel and I'm not sure about it. He's so cute!